Hello, this is Compound Interest Stock Guy. Today in this video I'm going to be talking about myself, how I became who I am, what I'm about, and a bit about my channel. So stay tuned. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, hit the thumbs up, boom, 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 and share the video with friends and family. And yeah, it's a nice sunny day. The market was very green today. I did good on my Apple calls. I could have done a bit better. I have one Apple contract, but not gonna get into that. But I hope you guys did good in the trading. You know, again, you guys stay nimble in the markets. The market's very in uncharted times. I mean, all of a sudden, maybe Friday, it could be very red. So you just gotta take one day at a time and assess it. But I want to explain about myself and how I became who I am. So I've always been very intelligent with math, you know, like 12 times 12 equals 144, 13 times 13 equals 169, you know, 7 times 7, 49, right? So I've always had that, you know, the mind to use it in math. And so I've been always obsessed about having lots and lots of money. I got into stock trading back in 2016 fairly seriously. I put $3,500 to start my account. I had more money I could have put in, but I didn't want to go fully intense. So a few of the companies that I actually had the first position in were Suncor, SU, and then Tech and Tech Minco. So that was my big focus, the mining space. And then in 2016, it hit me like a light bulb. I wasn't really making any money in the trading of commodities. It wasn't going up enough with the small amount of money I had in my account. So I decided that cannabis was going to be going legal. So I invested into a stock that I won't name, but it's a useless company, but I bought it for 2.5 cents, and then it ended up going to $1, but I never made it to go to $1. That took like maybe 18 months after then or something like that. But what I did is I let it grow to 17.5 cents average to scale out of my positions. So I just learned about the cannabis sector, and it was a lot fucking easier back in the day. It was just throw a dart at a cannabis company, and all of a sudden when cannabis growth went up 100%, it's going up 150% these days. So things were very volatile, and from understanding about the markets, about what is real and what's not real, and what's overvalued and what's undervalued, and through the trials and tribulations in life, and I've gained a much broader spectrum of knowledge. I was getting involved into rhodium, understanding rhodium, palladium, platinum, gold, silver back in the days, back in like 2016, 2017. I was very fascinated with the precious metals. I always felt like there was that value back then. I felt once I started being interested into copper and other commodities, I sensed there was a very strong value for precious metals, and I've searched and I found the reasons why. So I've gained in that knowledge and that wisdom. Again, things are always volatile. I'm not saying to buy gold or silver right now. I think silver is actually a very good buy right now, but I'm not in this talk to explain what to buy or sell. I just want to share about myself. So I got into interests such as platinum, palladium, nickel, copper, throughout the years, right? I mean, it's the market's not always hot for cannabis, so you have to look elsewhere to find the hotness in sectors, right? I've learned you know, big grades of nickel from a mining company that's exploration. You know, in Canada, I found one of the biggest ever discovered nickel miners. You know, I've learned now about options. I've learned about calls and puts. I'm starting to understand selling covered calls, selling covered puts. I haven't used them. I haven't pursued doing that, but that's just another tool in my tool belt that I'm achieving in my life. I'm also growing the wisdom that cash is a good investment. At a lot of times, sometimes the best investment is no investment, and that's been taught to me in my life lessons through going through the growing pains and the tribulations in life. So I've been learning. I also have very valuable information that I listen to other people and gained a tremendous amount of growth in the last 4 years. So now on the cannabis frontier, I've been able to understand the company's financial prospects, their cash positions, their volume. The big thing is the volume. You know, who is buying the stock? Do people like this stock? Values. Understanding technical indicators such as RSI. Understanding candlesticks. Understanding the 5 to the 15 minute candlesticks, and looking out further, looking out 30 minutes, looking out 1 hour, looking out 2 hours, looking out 5 hours, looking out a day, looking out a week, and looking in the Bollinger Bands, understanding the Bollinger Bands, understanding the RSIs, understanding the indicators, not trusting them 100%, you know, understanding the whole psychology, understanding that sometimes the markets don't make sense, understanding that, coming to grips with that, psychology 101, understanding that the market's not always going to make sense. The market can stay irrational longer than people can stay solvent. Understanding real estate, understanding all this concepts in life. I'm very OCD, which stands for obsessive compulsive disorder. So when I want to learn something, I'm going to learn something at as much as I can, and very determined in my growth prospects in life. So right now, you know, I'm focusing my ammunition on calls and puts on the big board stocks, the S&P 500. You got AAPL, you got Boeing, you got Budweiser, you got Bank of America, you have total, you know, Microsoft,